And we are live. Hello, everybody. Thank you, East Coast Filipino Portal, for hosting us again. My name is Tanya Matthews. I am supervising team lead with pre-employment and bridging at iSANS. iSANS is Immigrant Services Association of Nova Scotia. This year, we are celebrating our 40 years, and we provide services to all newcomers, immigrants who arrive and settle in Nova Scotia. Our services also extend to pre-arrival clients, those who are destined to arrive and settle and build future here. We do have a number of different, we call them units, teams, departments. Obviously, the one of the oldest one is the unit that helps immigrants settle in Nova Scotia, providing quite a range of services for settlement. We offer language services, so modified classes for a number of different levels, from pre-benchmark or literacy level, all the way to professional high-level language classes, also in person or online as pre-arrival. I am with employment and bridging units, so obviously we work with clients who are job seekers, helping them prepare and enter labor force in Nova Scotia and be successfully employed. Another unit that exists at iSANS is the business unit, which helps all the immigrants who are more of entrepreneurial nature, thinking of opening or setting up business in Nova Scotia, so they help clients with that. We also do lots of community connections, working with employers, working with pretty much anybody who's interested in our services. We are happy to talk about them. So today we have Moja Alia, who is Manager of Employment and Bridging Programs, and she will be talking about skilled professionals, those who are in trades, types of occupations and backgrounds, and definitely talk about our apprenticeship, what it means to be apprentice in Nova Scotia, what it is apprentice, and the program that has existed at iSANS called Work-Based Trade Practical Assessment, which is a very successful program that introduces those who are in trades into the apprenticeship program. So thank you. I'll be moderating all your questions. If you do have questions during the presentation, don't hesitate to post them in your forums, wherever you are watching us from. We'll be happy to answer them either during the presentation or maybe we'll accumulate some of those questions and answer them at the end. So Moja, take it away.
Great. Thank you so much, Tanya. And good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's nice to be back with all of you. And as Tanya said, like, we are so lucky to be part of your evenings every Thursday. And I hope that continues until you learn everything you need about settling and integrating in Nova Scotia. So as Tanya said, we are going to speak today about trades in general and the apprenticeship route. So what we will concentrate on is, first of all, the apprenticeship form or the apprenticeship training in Nova Scotia. We will talk about our program, which is called the Work-Based Trades Practical Assessment. We will talk about who's eligible and who has got like the opportunity to get into the field. We'll talk about the benefits for both our immigrant clients and employers, and we will open the floor for additional questions, of course. So what is apprenticeship? So many people don't like, the apprenticeship form is a very broad way. We know that there are apprentices, there are people who started working in trades at the age of 7 and 8 with their, when their parents started, let's say, an automotive place, and they were just working with them and they learned by doing. So, but they have the skills, but they didn't have the educational or formal education from school. There are people who go to community college or to colleges to study a specific trade, but then they need to get the experience to work in the field. So it is The apprenticeship here in Nova Scotia is a bit different. It's a form of post-secondary training for young people, for mature people, whatever your background is, it doesn't matter. But you can work to get you an opportunity to work in your skilled trade. So, for example, if you came from your country and you have like 10 years of experience, but you never had an opportunity to go to school to study, you can start the apprenticeship process here in Nova Scotia by getting into employment, and through the employment going through the training and the technical training process over either 1 year or maybe 4 years, depending on your knowledge and expertise, and depending on your ability to pass the exams, like whether it's the licensure exam at the end or the technical exams every year. So it is a combination of on-the-job training, on-the-job position where you can work for a year or 1,000 hours, and then you continue. At the end of the year, you could go for your technical training at the community college for 6 or 7 weeks, depending on the program requirements, and that's almost 20%. And you write an exam, and then you go back to work at the second level, and you also write the exams until you finish the whole apprenticeship piece. So it's an exchange between both the profession, like the trades professionals, journey people, because you cannot work as an apprentice without having a skilled, like a certified or licensed tradesperson supervising you. And then once you are supervised, then they could say, yes, this person completed the 1,000 hours this year, and now they can go and do the apprenticeship training. And we do all of this in collaboration with Nova Scotia Apprenticeship Agency, with employers, with licensed journey persons, and with our clients. So apprenticeship in Nova Scotia, as we said, it's for skilled trades, and it's a broad range of hands-on occupation. And the main sectors are in the construction, and when we say construction, it's varied. It's construction, electrical, it's carpenters, it's drywallers, etc., etc. And in manufacturing, so in manufacturing could be like industrial electricians, which is more different than the construction electricians, as well as motive power and services. And motive power, we mean with that any automotive technicians, body repairers, etc., etc. And according to in Canada, there are more than 300 skilled trades occupations across Canada, but in Nova Scotia there are currently 70 designated trades. And trades could be regulated. What I mean by regulated, like compulsory, that you cannot practice or you cannot work as let's say a construction electrician independently without being licensed as a construction electrician. There are places where you can work as a carpenter in an entry-level position, but you can't become completely licensed as a carpenter without becoming licensed. But you can start working as an apprentice carpenter. Plumbing is the same. You have to become certified to become a plumber, and you have to go through the whole apprenticeship level or the training plus the apprenticeship training. And I would advise you all to take a look at the apprenticeship website. It's Nova Scotia Apprenticeship.ca. It's very friendly. You can get in, you can search the information, and you can find as much as you want about it. So iSense has been we recognized all the barriers and issues facing our clients in getting into their fields. And we decided that how can we help our clients get their first experience and move towards certification. And the apprenticeship agency, our funders, are the main supporters for immigrants in general and for immigrant trades clients. So we created a program called Work-Based Trades Practical Assessment. The main purpose of that is to provide you as an apprentice or as a tradesperson an opportunity to showcase your knowledge. So you go to a trade to work, let's say, for an automotive technician. You get an opportunity to practice and to demonstrate your skills under the supervisory person. And during this time, three of like about it's 40 hours a week over 12 weeks. We first of all cover your insurance, like your injury insurance. We provide you, before you get into the job, we provide you with all the safety training needed to be safe on the job. So like fire safety, first aid, WMS, if they require like for like additional training related to the trade itself, we will help you with that. We help you in getting your own safety gear to become ready and prepared on the job. And then you go through the 12 weeks of the competency assessment. And the great thing about it that you will be earning and learning as well. So you are showing your skills, but you are paid the minimum wage over the 12 weeks. And it's really a very safe way for both the employer and for you to even decide, is this the field that I am interested in? Do I want to continue in this field? And the employer will be, this person is really great, they have great skills, they look like as if they could pass level 2 exams, like, so this is your opportunity and your chance to showcase your knowledge. So eligibility, like, you have to be either an immigrant resident or immigrant Canadian citizen. You can be like, and when we say immigrant permanent resident, this is like whether you are a refugee or like either government assisted refugee or sponsored refugee or AIP, like if you came through the Atlantic Immigrant Pilot Project and you became, like, you are resident now of Nova Scotia, you are eligible for the program. We prefer to have people with 2 years experience, because this is your chance to showcase what you know. You don't need to have formal education, but it's an asset. But if you don't have the formal education and you have the experience and you believe that I have the skills to do it, we definitely will consider you and you will be assessed to get in. You must have a language level of CLB4. CLB is the Canadian language benchmark, and according level 4 is considered like an entry level. Of course, it's preferable. The more language you have, the better chances you will get in. You have to complete all the safety training and any additional training required, because we want to make sure that you are safe on the job. We are not sending you out there without making sure that you have complete understanding of the safety requirements and working in the field. And you must complete employment readiness training, like including Canadian workplace culture. And I can't emphasize the importance of this part, because we come with our own culture, with our own ways of working, with our maybe understanding of how to deal with people, but in a Canadian work environment, it's a completely different way, because you will get to know, how do I deal with my supervisor? If I have a question, should I ask them or should I like just wait and maybe do things, keep on trying things until I do it right? That's where, like, there is a thin line between like making the right decision and like, doing things that could jeopardize your ability to continue the job. And this program will help you in developing those skills. So you will learn that, okay, if I'm not sure on how to do this, it's best for me to ask the question and see how can I do things right instead of making mistakes and causing the employer, like maybe losing a car and paying thousands of dollars just because I was worried about asking the question. So those, all the things that you could learn through the Canadian workplace culture and the employment readiness program. So if you are in trades or interested in getting in trades and you have some experience, you need to register with iSense, of course, if you are not registered with iSense, through an intake person who will refer you to an employment specialist to provide you with an action plan, learn exactly that, is this what you want to do for sure? And then once they are confident about your needs and your interest in the program, they will refer you to the program coordinator of the trades practical assessment. The trades practical assessment will assess you again to determine your eligibility, because sometimes people could miss some of the information required. So this person needs to go through this the assessment again to make sure that you are eligible and it's going to be the right thing for you. They make sure that you go through the safety training. So, and we usually pay for the safety training. So it costs about $250 to $300 minimum to get you the basic training. And then if there is additional training, it's going to cost more, and we will be working with that. You will complete all the job search preparation courses, and we will get, if the employer says, and we will introduce you to employers, of course. During that, you will have an opportunity to go and meet a couple of employers in your field with the coordinator, and they will interview you. They will say, well, yes, I'm interested in hosting you for the 12 weeks. If they say so, they may say, well, you need to buy X tools. And the tools could be up to $200, $300. So we can help you with that. And once you get the tools, you get your safety gear, you complete all the training, the employer is interested in you, you start the 12-week practical assessment. And during those 12 weeks, we pay you the minimum wage for 8 hours a day, over 40 hours a week for 12 weeks. And we also cover your insurance, your injury insurance, to make sure that you are going to be safe on the job. And throughout the 12 weeks, you will be contacted and followed by the program coordinator, who will come in to do site visits, who will talk to you all the time about your needs, how are you doing, who will talk with the employer to make sure that you are doing the right things and you are on the right track. And we will be problem solving throughout this period. So we are there for you and for the employer to make sure that it's going to be a smooth 12 weeks assessment. And once you do that, like you finish the 3 months or the 12 weeks, the employer may say, I'm really interested in keeping this person. I would like to hire them. As maybe, depending on your skills levels, they will usually hire you as apprentice level 1. Not because you are not knowledgeable enough. It depends, like your knowledge could be different, but you may decide that I am good and I'm going to challenge the first level exam. We can help you with doing that. We can work with the apprenticeship agency, with Nova Scotia Community College, and you can write the first exam and then move on to the second part. So, but most of the times, what clients find and tradespeople find that this occupation or this trade is done differently than what I used to do back home in my country. So they prefer to go through the 1,000 hours of apprenticeship, like of working in the field, earning money, and collecting hours for employment insurance. You know, if you work more than 1,000 hours, you will become eligible for EI, which is unemployment insurance. And this means that you will become eligible for financial support while studying for the first assessment. So so you could register at the community college. You can go for the technical training, which could be, depending on your occupation, could range between 4 to 8 or 9 weeks, depending on the trade. And you write exams, you write the level exam, and then you go back to the same employer. And if the same employer is not available, you can just find another employer who will take you right away, especially when you have your first level completed and passed. They will be very happy to host you. And then you can go again through the 1,000 hours, and at the end of the year also get laid off and do the whole thing. So it's an amazing process, but once you complete the last piece and the last year of the apprenticeship, uh, first of all, every year your salary will be increasing. And I know that the salaries will not be very attractive first. Like, when you start an apprenticeship, you could start with 12.55 or $13 an hour, depending on the level. But but it's worth it to go through the whole process, because once you reach and become a journey person, according to your trade, you could be making a minimum of 27, 28 dollars an hour if you are a journey person to start with. And if you like, the more you stay on the job, the more, so, like, financially you will be compensated. So it's and of course, in addition to the additional benefits, if you work for a unionized company, where you could get fine, like, healthcare benefits and addition RRSPs and pension, etc., etc. And all this happens if you continue to commit to your job. Some of the benefits for you as a client: first of all, it's paid 12-week opportunity, so you are not losing anything. You are, as a matter of fact, gaining money, but at the same time gaining experience. And it's an opportunity for you to showcase your skills, like, and tell employers what you are bringing them. It's an opportunity also for you to demonstrate your best behavior and your best skills as an employee, because employers here in Nova Scotia and Canada in general, they value immigrants' talent. They value the commitment and reliability immigrant workers bring. And they, being there on time on an ongoing basis and leaving on time and doing everything in your power to do your job well, that's what they value. So it is an opportunity for you also to learn, what are my gaps? What do I need to work on? What do I need to improve? And when you start the apprenticeship, like the technical training, you could even concentrate on the areas where you have weaknesses, and like to become better. And it's your language, because of the ongoing communication with employers, with colleagues, with your supervisor, etc. Your language level will become much better, and you will learn more about the workplace. In addition, we may be able to support you with language training. So you could have an opportunity to meet with an instructor, a language instructor through iSense, who could work with you on the language related to the job you are doing. So they will come to your place of work, and they will spend a couple of hours with you twice a week to teach you the terminology and the language related to your trade. And it's also an opportunity for you to earn Canadian experience. Like, in many cases, employers are saying, well, you don't have any Canadian work experience. And so how can I get Canadian work experience if you don't hire me? So this project will give you this 3-month on the job learning and competency, and you will have the Canadian work experience. You will have people behind you who could say, I will be your reference. If you apply for a job, mention my name, and I will tell them how great you are. So this is your opportunity to build your Canadian experience, gain your local references, and even start the apprenticeship process. And I can't emphasize the importance of starting the apprenticeship process, because otherwise, if you stay as like apprentice entry level, your chances of getting getting up and receiving additional money and have really reasonable wages for you to survive and and even at one point even start your own business. Okay, it's not going to be there. But if you become licensed journey person and start your own business, here you go. You are you are already settled, and your future is safe. So employers, it's really like a great way for them to first of all get someone on the job who's bringing a world of different skills. Like you are coming with different backgrounds, but you are also coming with your innovative ideas. You are coming with your skills that I remember somebody from Dexter Construction who said, well, we hired this truck heavy equipment mechanic, and after a couple of days I was looking for him and he was in the dumpster trying to find pieces of metal to make. And I asked him, what are you doing? He wanted to make it, to make a piece of to fix the car. So this is although it's not acceptable in Canada, but this made him think, oh my God, those people bring resilience and bring innovative ideas. So this is how they did their work. They couldn't buy spare parts from the manufacturers right away, so they had to make those spare parts. So then they brought him in and they told him, this is not the way we do it. We do it this way. So it's you are sharing your knowledge and your experience, and they like that. It's very low risk for the employer because you are going there to share with them your expertise for 12 weeks, and you are safe. You have your own tools. You are paid, so they don't feel even guilty about having you because you are paid. Sometimes employers don't like to to keep people volunteering for them because they feel it's not fair if you are doing work. So this is a way for you to show them like that I can do it and I can showcase it. It's it's matched with employers according to their background. So if we don't, as an automotive technician or mechanic, we are not going to put you with someone who's doing plumbing. We get you in a garage where you will do your job. And it's very career focused, and it's connected to the Nova Scotia Apprenticeship Agency. Nova Scotia Apprenticeship Agency is keen on supporting trades clients. They are offering all kinds of supports and programs to make sure that you are going to be successful. And after that, they have many support programs to pay the employer and pay you. So for example, once you finish a first apprentice year, you receive a couple of $1,000s for completing this apprenticeship, which is really great. I know it's not a lot of money, but it's good money to have for completing something that you need to complete. So, and they are encouraging women, if we have women who are interested in trades, we are very big on getting women into trades. And there are so many opportunities for women. There are so many programs, and we can talk further about those. We can bring people from the apprenticeship agency to talk about the women programs and the benefits for you to work in the field. So I just wanted to share with you some pictures or stories. Like if you look here, the guy in the shirt with the karo, I call it karo in Arabic, but it's the blocks. He is the manager of apprenticeship, manager of the programs at Nova Scotia Apprenticeship Agency, and all those clients completed the program, and all of them got hired in their fields. Many of them are past level 3 or level 3 apprenticeship and now moving to level 4. And then, of course, they are becoming licensed after that. So for our success, since 2016, because we take very limited numbers for the apprentice, for the trades practical assessment, we have 43 apprentices who are still working. Like we provided services to over 60 something, 65 people, but 43 are completing their apprenticeship. They participated in the program and they are working. We worked with construction electricians, we worked with plumbers, with carpenters, welders, machinists, bricklayers, auto body repairers, automotive technicians, and plasters. And I can say that there is a huge demand in Nova Scotia for trades clients. There is a need for carpenters, a huge demand for carpenters. There is a great demand for sheet metal workers. There is a great demand for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning tradespeople. So if you are in any trade or if you have experience in any of the trades, please contact us. We will be very thrilled to work with you and we will get you to where you need to be. So this is in a nutshell. I just want to say thank you for listening, and we are both here, Tanya and I, to answer any questions you have. Thank you.
Thank you, Moshe. That
Thank
was
you.
great. It is super clear
Thanks.
information
Thank
on
you.
process. So far, I haven't seen any questions on the Facebook that I am monitoring. I wondering if there is anything else coming from any of the other
Hmm.
platforms. Let us know.
Perfect. I think there are no questions so far. But please connect with us at isense.ca. Look at our website. If you want to email us at employment_services@isense.ca and let us know if you are interested in the program or if you want to become part of the program. We are always available to help you. I know that we have info at iSense, but I prefer if you connect with us at employment_services@isense.ca. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I just posted
Perfect.
it,
Thank
so
you
it's
so
there.
much. Thanks, Tanya. So it seems that there are no questions. Maybe I was too clear. Next time I'll be less clear. Great. Thank you. Thanks, Joey.